What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Toy Talk. I'm with you. My name's Toy Father. It's great to see you. I'm sure you're probably sick of me in terms of all the streams and lives I've done the past couple of days, pretty much. But we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about the New York Comic Con and talk about all of our experiences. But let me do some introductions. With me, as always, we got Cox Create. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Well, like I said before, we missed you this weekend, man.
It sucks being in the middle of the country.
Yeah, I feel like it takes a lot of money to get out of Colorado, whether you're shipping a figure or trying to fly out of there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, shit, like I shipped Santi those 2 mezcos, and it was like $33.
Oh my god!
Which is ridiculous because when I shipped you toys, it was $11.20 or something like that. It was
wow.
You know, I've shipped you stuff before. It never got to 30 something.
Yeah.
All right, and we got No Chewing. How you doing, bud?
Hey, and correction, New Jersey Toy Con.
What did I say?
New York Comic Con. All weekend.
God, all weekend. I kept on saying that.
So, Chris, you were there?
And we got Toy Addict 17. Danny, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic.
You working overnight tonight, Danny? Are you free?
I am free. I worked last night and I have the day off today, so I work tomorrow morning, so I'm good. Well rested too, so
good, because I'm still tired.
I can tell. New York Comic Con, New York Toy Con, I can see.
Well, I mean, I was making that mistake whether I was rested or not rested, but for the most part, it's good to see you guys. No Chewing. I'm sure you're sick of me. We spent like 3 hours in a car. 4 hours, 5 hours, like in a car on the way home yesterday,
Across,
as well as
what was it, like 36 hours? We spent 8 of it in a car.
That's so true. 8 of it in the car, and then we did that live mega live on the way home. That was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. Really grateful for the folks in the chat that stayed on for the 2 hours.
Yeah, we had people stay on for 2 people that stayed on. Was it Mike Hex and Pleasant
Perspectives?
Pleasant Perspectives. They were really good. They provided some really good questions and some good, perspective on the conversation that we're having. It was fun.
It was very pleasant perspectives.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I had fun. And it really did make the car run. Because I remember we're like, oh, God, it's only been 45 minutes into this 4.5 hour ride.
Well, initially when we were leaving the con, that number was not decreasing, the estimated time to arrive. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah, because there was like traffic or something like that.
You imagine getting pulled over and like the cops showing up and you guys are on the live. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're on the live.
What are the laws in New Jersey on streaming inside a car?
As long as I wasn't by myself, I think it was fine.
You were good.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, it is Monday. We're starting off the week right, and you're starting off right by hanging out with us on Toy Talk today. We're going to set the tone in a positive manner. We're going to talk about toys. We're going to talk about the New Jersey Toy Con. Got it right. We also have a special guest with us. His name is Chubzzy. That's right. Chubzzy Wubzzy from Chubzzy Wubzy's Toys and Collectibles. I believe it's Little Falls, New Jersey. That was a store that we went into. We're going to introduce him in just a little bit. I know he's in the waiting room right now. He was in the waiting room. I hope he didn't leave. But we're going to talk to him in a little bit. And, please follow us on all of our Instagram handles. We got Toy Talk for you, Toy.Talk for you. We got Cox Create, Toy Addict 17, No Chewing, and myself, Toy.Father. Check us out. We got some great photography for the most part.
You're a little tired.
I am tired. So everyone who's joined us in the past, we're just hanging out, having a good show. We just are going to talk about our guest and talk about the New Jersey Comic Con New Jersey Toy Con. Let's
Close
do
enough.
some plugs. Let's talk some plugs. This month, what do we got going on? No chewing.
We are halfway through Tusktober. So today was day 7. The theme was water.
Water.
And every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's a new theme. It's very loose, very open for interpretation. All are welcome. If you just want to do one day, cool. If you're challenging yourself to do all 13, that's fantastic too. We love seeing everyone's creativity. So Tusktober rolls forward. Next on Wednesday, the theme is claws, and on Friday, the theme is teeth.
Teeth.
So all open for interpretation on that last one.
Do it up. It's been a lot of fun, and I have to say, we've talking all week. No Chewing's been blowing up in terms of his photos. Toyetic, I've been loving what you've been putting out in terms of this month as well. We've had some really great ideas in terms of what we've seen and the interpretations of the ideas, which makes Tusktober so good. Is it can be up for really anything. It's up to the person. So even though we said outside, it wasn't necessarily a photo that needed to be taken outside. Even though we said silhouette, I guess there was no other way to do silhouette but doing silhouette. But we saw a lot of great pictures, and everyone was super creative about it.
Water today, a lot of people did rain shots, but some people had, just, simple mist shots or, by a body of water, which, all works.
Yeah. Toy Addict, what do we got?
We're still continuing the Toy Addicts Black and Wednesdays. That's been fun. This Wednesday we'll have another one. As far as I'm concerned, I know I had an awesome talking movies episode yesterday with Blitz. We reviewed the Halloween Ends movie. I gave my opinions, and after watching the movie for like the 3rd time already, I am still split. The more I watch it, the more I'm starting to like it for what it is. I like it for what it is. I
Josh,
don't like
did
it
you watch that?
I did.
Okay.
I watched Halloween Ends, the Corey Cunningham kind of story.
Yeah. It's
I give it a 3. That was my rating. I give it a 3.
I also gave it a 3, but I really gave it a 2. I actually, what I tell Blitz, I broke the ratings into 2. Had this been an anthology movie, it would have got a 5. But because it wasn't promoted as an anthology movie, that's not what I was expecting. I gave it a 2.53. So I was still disappointed. But other than that, it was a great episode. This Sunday, No Chewing, if you're available, we're going to be reviewing Hocus Pocus 2.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're going to do Hocus Pocus 2.
Let me check my calendar later. But...
Hocus Pocus 2 will be the review movie for this Sunday on Talking Movies.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I can't wait. And did you do your Black and White Month plug as well?
I did. I just,
Okay.
we're going to do
Sorry about that. I wasn't. Sorry, guys.
It's gonna be a fun show.
I'm bringing my B game, not my A game today.
His mind is still in the mythic line.
Oh my god!
And his B game is not Mythic Legion's B game.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll talk about that.
Did the con have any of those headless horsemen there?
No,
it did.
No.
I did. It did.
Well, not by Mythic.
But not by Mythic. Yeah, you're right. One guy was selling it for like $250.
Yeah. So not by Mythic, but we'll get into it. We'll get into that. Typically, I do have a discussion question. Now, I haven't had really time to think of one, but let's just talk in very quickly because I want to really get to our guest because he's going to be awesome. But very quickly, now, all of us have been to a con, correct? Somewhat of a con, right?
4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about this on my way home. What would you do differently now that you've been to a con? And Josh, you may not have been to a toy con, but you've been to a con. What would you do differently now knowing what you know about a con for your next con? What would you do differently? One thing. So let me go. One thing that I would do is make sure I knew which vendors were going to be there so that I could appropriately spend time and make sure that I'm hitting everything in an effective, like time scheduled manner. Because I felt like I went in there, I was like, oh, this guy's here. Oh, this guy's here. Like, I wish I had, even though we went to 3 different tables, really, that we spent our money at, I really wish I had gone to the other tables to understand, like, oh, who is this person? Who is this person? And get their story and maybe even talk to them for a little bit. So just do some research before. That's what I would have done. Let's go to No Chewing.
Just based on this toy con alone, I would say just to build off yours, know who's going to be there, but also since we're all streamers and we went back on day 2 for interviews, a good mic would be very helpful, and also on day 2, what I've heard from Machu. A little bit haggling on day 2 would have been fun. I didn't do much of it all weekend. I think I did with some of the Lego folks, but that's about it.
Zero haggling. How about you, Josh?
Not be a vendor.
That's right. You've been to 2, right? Or was it 1? 2 were you a vendor?
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
It's just more boring than anything.
Because you have to sit there.
Yeah, and you get to see all the cool stuff out there, but you have to sit there.
We were joking about just being a vendor and just immediately putting a sign that says sold out and just walking the floor with vendor badges.
Yeah.
How about you, Danny?
I think I'll basically do the same thing I do now. I like to go to cons and just like enjoy the time. And
Yeah,
like I don't have a specific person. I mean, you guys could tell I was real hesitant. I mean, I did buy the stuff that I wanted to buy and then go back, but I was real hesitant about a lot of stuff. I spent more time just walking around and seeing if there was something that maybe I wanted, and if there was nothing, that was okay. So I went back to the spot that that maybe there was something that caught my eye. I went there, but other than that, that's what I do. I remember going to New York Comic Con for the first time and blowing my money the first day, and like I learned my lesson from there. So now I just go and just have fun. That's all I do. I walk around, laugh, joke. If I see something I want, I get it. And if not, then I keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, that was, like, to be fair, you're like 10th con in a row, so like
Yeah.
you had it mastered.
Yeah, and it was nothing like, honestly, like if I was anyone besides you guys, if there was anything there that I was looking forward to the most, was seeing Lone Wolf Labs.
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing.
Yeah, that was great. And again, we'll get into it. Let's go to the chat. Let's check out who's in here. We got 88 Figs. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Realm of Toys, another person at the New Jersey Toy Con. Yeah, you guys are early. Machu Toys. Now we met Machu at the Toy Con. It was great to meet him. We also met Jay Shot. He was a great guy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight Stars, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, homie?
I couldn't snap fog, so I had to I had a PNG. So yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't
counts.
I couldn't snap water, so I just put some rain in there. Really cool seeing you guys hang live at ToyCon. That was a lot of fun. We got Rabbits done. We got Yimbo. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Yimbo?
Cox is the only dude that needs hugs from me. That's right. And he'll give you a big hug. All right, guys. Well, our guest has been waiting patiently, and let me tell you, he's not going to disappoint because I see him, and I'll tell you, he's come prepared. But let me just tell you a little introductional story. So we went to the New Jersey Toy Con this weekend. We met up. We were really excited because we were meeting up with our tour photographers. For the most part, it was me, Toy Addict, No Chewing here, and meeting up with other people. And it was a lot of fun. You know, we spent at least 5 hours there for the first day. Then we got hungry and we got some food, drank some beer. And then we were like, you know what? We still want to hang out. Where should we go? And throughout the whole con, we kept on hearing this store that we should go to, Chubzzy Wubzzy. Mm-hmm. And even before the con, Yimbo was like, you got to go to Chubzzy Wubzzy. We're like, okay. And we actually met Chubzzy Wubzzy at the con. He was at the Mythic table. He was with Mr. Stevie. and he introduced himself. He was a really nice guy, and we're like, yeah, he was cool. Let's go to a store. So we drove over there. It was only about 8 minutes from the restaurant we're at, and I will tell you, it was a really amazing store. And Chubzzy, he just welcomed us with open arms. He was really nice. He remembered us. He wanted to take a picture with us. And I would say if this was like the high school hangout I've always wanted to have.
Mm-hmm.
We were all just hanging out there. There was a bunch of traffic, a lot of people coming in and out. And we were just hanging out there and just talking with Chubzzy, his wife. We bought some toys. He had a really good inventory. Now, this place, for any place that I've been to that has collectibles, also sells comic books or also sells like CDs. This place was truly just dedicated to the collector and really just like us. It had NECA, it had Marvel Legends, it had Mezco. I got a Mezco there. Toyota got a Mezco. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I will tell you, the best part of it was hanging out with Chubzzy because he was just such a really warm, amazing guy. And he really knew what it was like to welcome people in. He was great with the little kids that came in. He was great with us. And there's this kind of like attraction in terms of like people just want to come to him and talk to him. And we felt it. It was every time we were talking to him, someone else would come and was like, hey, can I take a picture with you? He was kind of like a mini celebrity. Well, I'm really happy that we got him on today. And, he was such a really good sport last minute to kind of just say yes to this. He was a little nervous, but you know what? He shouldn't be nervous because right now we got Chubzzy.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
Chubzzy, thank you so much for joining us. Man, you got the costume on. You weren't disappointing.
Bravo.
I love it, man.
Hell yeah.
Gotta do it for everybody. Gotta do it. I love putting my outfit on. I do, but I did it for you guys.
No, we appreciate it, man. Yeah, because if you look at your stickers and your logo, it's you in the costume. And when you said I got to wear the costume, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. And then you said, the costume, and you pointed to the logo. I was like, you actually have that as a costume? And you said, yeah, man, I do. I was like, all right, bring it. That's awesome. So, hey, thanks so much for joining us. And I know that you're really excited to show off this room behind you. Now, do you want to describe what's going on behind you?
Man, I thought that was a digital background until Chris went for a one shot. Look at that.
It was mythiclegions going crazy. I started with these guys about a couple years ago, and then the first wave, I put it up, and then I tried to do the whole office like this. And they got me chasing all the other figures, which they're expensive now. I love this. Look at this. I love it.
That's so great. How'd you do that, like, stone wall and everything?
Wallpaper.
That's wallpaper?
Wallpaper. Yeah,
it's like a collector's room on Game of Thrones.
That's awesome. Now, is this in your store?
No, this is in my office at home. This is how I started the business. I started at home about 6-7 years ago.
Great segue into your origin story. So we'll get into all that. Why don't we, we'll put we'll ask you questions about your office and everything like that. But actually, why don't we just get to it? Because many of us are really excited to hear about your origin story. And it's very fitting because you have that costume on. Why don't you just tell us how you got started into this toy business? Because a lot of us, I'll be honest, when I retire, I just want to retire at a comic book store. I want to retire at your store and just be around toys, be around people that love it. But here's the thing, you're living the dream. You're living my dream right now, at least. So why don't you start with your origin story?
I started born in Brooklyn, loved toys when I was young. Couldn't afford toys. My family couldn't afford to buy me toys. So back then we had a lot of Masters, the G.I. Joes, everything. It was so much for my family. I only had to buy one toy. So doing all that life, I saw that, I grew on over. I moved to New Jersey, started doing a bar life restaurant. Went through that. My brother passed away. Went through it, and he always told me, "You love toys. Sell your toys." We were watching Little Rascals. He was like, "You like a Chubzzy Wubzzy." When he passed away, I went with it, and I did an outfit that I want to be very different than everybody else. I want to have a character, and I tried. And I did it. I love toys so much. It just brings tears. I love toys. Everything I never had when I was young, I did it now when I got older. You know what I mean? I got a collection. I started doing that, and I went and I tried. I did it. The way I did it was my wife was happy about that. She helped me. Miss Wubzzy, look, Miss Wubzzy.
Hey, man.
That's
Yes.
awesome, man.
With a little bit of liquid courage. Sorry.
Oh man, that's great. Hey, it was so great to meet you yesterday.
Yes, same here.
Um,
Sorry,
well,
I'll let him continue to,
no, it's fine. The more the merrier. But if you want to sit in, that's totally fine too. But he was just in the middle of his origin story of how he got into the business and how he became Chubzzy Wubzzy.
So when I started, I didn't want to do eBay, Amazon. Let's do it ourselves. Let's start from scratch. You know what I mean? I wanted to do something different for everybody else. So it came with a concept with the anime club with Chubzzy and Mrs. Wubzzy. And it took a long time to even do it on Google. But we did it from the beginning, from our hearts. You can do anything you want. With love and passion, you can make anything happen. And so we went with it. It's been 7 years, and it's been great. Especially the love of people and other companies. It's been awesome. I'm gonna tell you, it's been awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on a single view so we can see that what's going on. So you said you had one toy growing up. Do you remember what the toy was?
From Brooklyn, Woolworths, back in the days, the whole thing was Snake Eyes.
Though I'm sorry, Brooklyn Woolworth. What was it?
The one toy that I grabbed out of it was Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe.
Oh, really? Snake Eyes.
Oh, Snake Eyes.
3.75 inches.
Yes. Remember back then there was so many toys coming out all at once. We couldn't afford it, but I grabbed Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Well, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Do you still have that one?
No, I don't. Mother
Okay.
That's what happens when kids leave toys in the middle of the floor and you tell them 20 times to pick it up.
I rid of a lot of my toys though, but now she understands that now.
Now, did you start collecting toys before you became the store owner, or like did you have toys before that?
Yeah, I had a lot of toys from young, and I hold them. And then it's funny because my first marriage, I saved all my toys, and then when things didn't work out, whatever happens, I had my friends help me move. I was like, when they come to move, they grabbing my clothes. I said, don't grab the clothes, grab all my toys. But they're like, what you mean? Bro, grab my toys, my comics, and my cars. They were like, what do you mean? Now they see that everything that they grab, the value on now is a lot. So that's what happened.
What did you collect?
From 9 years old and up. 9 and up.
No, like what did you like? What were the toys? Oh, really? G.I. Joes and Transformers.
Wrestling figures from back in the day with the Beckys. The whole collection. I love.
That's awesome. And so then, when you started your store, did you use like how did that happen?
Well, during the I owned a bar for 10 years, and then when my brother passed away, he was downstairs in my man cave, and he was like, "You were like, sell your toys, you like a Chubzzy Wubzzy." So when he passed away, I said, "You know what? Let me do it." Came up with the character, and I started doing my toys. So I said, "Let me try it out." So, but I wanted the character. I wanted to be very different than everybody else. I wanted to be fair. So it was started from scratch. I told Miss Wubzzy over here, let's do it, let's try it. And then it became a success. It's great. But we did it from scratch. from Google, no eBay, no Amazon. Took time, but our passion and love, we did it. I'm glad that she's with me because now she knows the love of our toys. Yeah, it's good knowing what toy. It's the love.
So you started online and then you moved to a brick and mortar store?
Well, I got the store during the COVID pandemic. It was locked down. It was like March. The lockdown when they locked us all down. So I got the place only to pack. I was doing a lot of curbside pickup. So after a while, I was doing a couple of shows. People started knocking on the door. Hey, can I come in? I'm only packing. I was like, you know what? Let them come in. And then more people started coming. So I said, let's change it up. Let's try it out. So I told her, let's do it. Let's try it. And then it worked out well. And then I bought the store next to me. And then we moved forward from there. It was fun.
Oh, is your store actually 2 stores?
Yeah, I got 2 stores together. I got the other store for my office, also for the storage.
Yeah.
And then it just during the pandemic, it was so hard. I was doing orders in the storage, going home, doing the printout, going back, packing it, dropping it off. So during the pandemic, they gave me the store a good price. So I did everything all together. I started going home, doing the labels, going back to the storage, grabbing the box, putting it out there again. But everything all came together in the middle. And then people started knocking like a lot. Like they were like, "Can I come in? Can I come in?" I was like, "Come in, let me try it. I'm not a store." But and then from there, I was like, "You know what? Let's try it out." And then when it worked out well. They didn't mean to open it to the public. They did not mean to.
Yeah.
Just the love of the people and the way I am, and I loved it. I love it. I love it.
We realized we were missing out a lot, with like Toys R Us gone, a lot of stores closing. It's great to order online and whatnot, but it's a different shopping experience when you can actually look at the item and you're getting it like in mint condition. You don't have to worry about it going out and possibly getting like demolished during shipping. People, they just like that feeling. It makes them feel good.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, No Chewing can tell you that he hates it when he has crushed boxes.
I just want to, in the retailer's defense, when it gets into the courier's hands, it's a little harder to control. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we can't control everything. If we had been shipping everything ourselves, trust us, you would get it mint. But sometimes shiz happens.
Well, I'll say this. This is like the first story I've ever heard where a store opened up during the pandemic and survived.
Yeah, it was most certainly a blessing in disguise. Yeah,
that's crazy. Now, Miss Wubzzy, I'm going to call you Miss Wubzzy, Mrs. Wubzzy. How are you a collector? Did you like toys? Did you just get roped in?
Well, I guess I was never a collector. I never really knew the value of collecting. Trust me, if I knew then what I know now, very different. No, I was just your normal kid, playing with toys. Couldn't stand to see it in the box. I had to have it in my hands, play with it. So it all came along, I guess, like just being married into it. But I still love it. I mean, it makes you feel good. It's just like it's working in a happy place. Like, it's not always so happy because you're still working. You're not actually playing, but people coming in talking about like toys that they've collected over the years and their love for it. It just warms your heart, because they really, when they walk in and they're like, oh my gosh, like you've got Masters. I remember that. Thundercats. I remember that. They have such a like nostalgic feeling at that moment that they're like, it's like they're kids again. Like honestly, I have talked to customers and their eyes are everywhere but here. And then, when they realize, they're like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm listening to you. And I'm like, listen, I don't take offense to it. I know that you feel a certain way when you're in here, and it's all good. I'm glad that we can make you feel that way.
Well, I think you nailed it in terms of people want human interactions. I think we all learned that from the pandemic. And when you miss out on that, and we learned that this weekend, we were a bunch of friends that have only met through Instagram that we talked and met really like 3 years ago. And for the most part, we all had never met each other. I mean, No Chewing and I had lunch one time and had met up, but we talk like this once a week, but we never physically met with each other. And I would say after this weekend, you realize how important it is to have that human connection, face to face conversation. So when I enter your store, I feel that. I mean, both of you are so welcoming. Both of you make it such a nice place to hang out. And yes, we're all looking everywhere because there's all this cool stuff everywhere. But it's really you two that make the people stay, right? So we could just come in and like get what we want, then leave. But we wanted to stay. We wanted to hang out and we wanted to talk to you.
That's what we're about. I love the show. I love talking to people. A lot of stores, like I've been collecting all my life. I go to stores, it doesn't stop there. So much box there, everything. And then you walk in, nobody even say hello to you. We're not like that. That's my life. I love when they walk in the door. How you guys doing? Welcome to Chubzzy Wubzzy. I don't care if I saw you 3 times coming in. I will always say thank you. What's going on, Chubzzy Wubzzy? And that's what people love. You have to interact with people, love that, and it's the passion about that. People are so dull and everything, but you go to my store, I'm gonna give you that love from the door. You open it, welcome to Chubzzy Wubzzy. I see what people want that. You have to cater to those people like that.
Yeah. Well, Machu Toy, we got him in. We had told him that we were going. He was actually 15 minutes on the road on his way home. He was an hour away, and we told him, "Hey, we're at Chubzy's," and he goes, "All right, I'm turning around." So he turned around, came back, and I know he bought a lot of stuff. But he says, "Best customer service. They always greet you with a smile as they walk in, and they know how to connect with you." And it's absolutely true.
He's a great guy. I love that guy. Great guy.
Yeah,
that's true. You greeted us on the street, and that has to be the warmest greeting I've ever gotten. Crossing a road. I was like, what's happening? You're like, what? You recognize us? You're like, get in my shop. I was like, this is amazing.
That's awesome.
We try. That's the goal. I want to tell people you want to do. I'm trying. My goal is to do an animation do the Wubzzy family. I love my family. They love toys with me, and it's amazing. So I got the wife with me.
And the craziest thing, guys, is you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. You run a business. You want to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes also, but a lot of people want to feel welcome. You want to feel like the person behind the register, of course, is going to appreciate your purchase, but at the same time, you want to make them feel good being there. So we do that from a business aspect, but we're naturally like that. Like we're naturally like that. So, we do it again to run the business well, but it's just, you're gonna get it either way. If we had met you at Walmart, and didn't have Chubzzy Wubzzy, it'd still be the same way.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. Smurfs in Action says, if you do what you love, you'll never work. It's absolutely true.
Yes. Amen to that. That is true. Well, you do work, but it's fun work. It's something that it's fulfilling because you love what you're doing.
I love toys.
Yeah, we can tell.
I'm gonna be 50 years old. I love toys. I love them. They're great.
So I'm gonna go back to Sal.
I got to tell you something very quickly. I had to kind of break him out of it because, for a time, whenever someone would come in and purchase something, he'd look at the toy before he brings them up. He'd look at it and he's like, "Oh man, this is a good one." And then he's like, "I can't believe, it's leaving." And I'd stop him. I mean, it's yours, not yours. stores is to sell.
Yeah.
How much toys?
Now, do you still feel that way, like even now?
More relaxed now. More relaxed. This is
That's
making kids and men smile when they come by and they do something they smile. That's the
Yeah.
best feeling ever.
All the collectibles.
What a great price.
Well, yeah, that and you got that rent to pay too. So,
Okay.
well, let's get to this room. First of all, you have a telephone booth as your door into the room. That's amazing. And it looks like you got really heavily into Mythic Legions, and now you're a distributor of Mythic Legions, and you're in with that company. They're a great company, and they are also your example of how to make fans feel special,
Yes.
how to talk to them, how to really interact with them in a way that makes them feel like, hey, I want to come back and I want to hang out. I think Jeremy from Mythic Legions, Mythic Customs, he had said to Cynthia and I when we interviewed him, that, listen, we understand that we have some great toys, but we also at Legion Con, like at these toy cons, people like come and go, buy stuff, and then they leave. But at Legion Con, people hang out to stay and talk. And that's exactly what they do. They make people want to stay and talk. And they're not like, they make you feel like, all right, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the lore. Let's talk about the figure. Why is it cool? Let's look at these customs. And those are the two things that I see in successful companies that I've seen. And you have that too. You have that. Let's bring in the warmth. Let's hang out, and let's talk toys and stay as long as you want, right? So Mythics, you got into them. Do you have like all of them? Like, what do you got back there?
Well, I started
He wishes.
Yeah, I'm trying to chase a few figures. They cost too much.
Yeah.
About $400-500. They cost too much. So they were getting at me. They were trying to change me for like a year, one of the horsemen for a year, but I didn't do nothing up. So when I was doing the toy con with Bradley, I seen them there. They showed me the figures, but I just started. I didn't know nothing much, but a lot of the figures that they had there is worth a lot now. They only do certain ones. So little by little, then I finally got with them. It was the best thing I ever did. These guys say, yo, we want Chubzzy to have the figures. I did it. Became a family with them. They're amazing people, all of them. And I love those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And even though with the customer with them, the Middle East customer, I get people from all over online, great people, show them love, but they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. They've been around 10 years. And they grow on every year. I'm just going to be a part of them.
Yeah.
But I'll be collecting this shit. I'm trying to tell you, they got me collecting, so I grabbed one of it, but the other figures is hard to get. It costs so much.
Yeah.
Get them. I can't believe it.
Yeah, they do cost a lot, but what's great about them is that many of the figures that they had at New Jersey Toy Con were figures that were going for $100, $150 on eBay, right? And they were selling them for $40. So, they really, that's what I love about them. They care about the fans in terms of just like, we know you want these, we're gonna just re-release them.
When you come with their figures, when I started with them, it was only about 30 stores. It was about 30 stores. Now they're over 300 resale stores now.
That have Mythics?
Yeah. When I joined them, it was about 30 stores. And then all of a sudden, in a couple of years, they're over 300.
Got it. Wow. Idiot Fix says, now I'm a fan of Chubzzy.
Mrs. Wubzzy, though.
And Mrs. Wubzzy. I'm sure he meant that. I feel like I'm at the store. I'm looking at the shelves while he's talking. What you says.
That's why I do the store. I love changing it around. I rotate. I hate going to a store and the same thing is there for years. Mad, dusty. I don't like that. I like to change and rotate. When you come in, it's something always different.
Oh, wow.
Smell good and dusty.
That's so true.
Yeah, I love the store. I need a bigger store. Work a little better.
Well, All right. Well, there is a part we like to call burning questions here, and I know I don't know if any of you guys got it. What do you got there? Oh, Josh is on your website. What are you ordering?
What you did from
Don't
the
worry
website?
about it.
Josh is a fan. Josh didn't get to come to the Toy Con. He lives all the way in Colorado, so it's kind of like a
Yeah.
big trek for him. But I'm sure next time we're definitely bringing him to you. But guys, I didn't prepare you for this, but we always have some burning questions. I want to give you guys a chance to ask a question instead of just me. I don't know. No chewing. Do you have a question for Chubzzy and Mrs. Wubzzy? And everyone in the chat, if you have a question, plug it in. I'll ask it.
Well, my question is actually for Mrs. Wubzzy. It was a question about like, did you collect in the past, but now you own a toy shop. Do you collect now?
I do, but I have much more self-control than he does. Face it, I don't have that much room. He takes all of the room. So, unless I don't know, maybe expand the house somehow. I don't see myself collecting too much, but I do. I have my love for pops. I have you show them my I Love Lucy. Big fan of Lucy. So
Okay.
My wife loves I Love Lucy.
Oh, that's nice.
I told my husband when it was coming in, I said, I'm gonna tell you right now, one of them is not going into stock. So, I'm very specific on what I get, but it's just I was never a collector, but I have always loved toys, and had I known things back then, I definitely would have had much more of a collection. But I didn't know any better, unfortunately.
Oh, good. You can collect now and be just as happy.
Okay, I hate to give up shelving space.
Yeah, I did almost have it half, but I took over.
Yes.
Mythiclegions took over.
Yeah.
So I
Get
mean,
a Mythic Legion.
yeah, get a Mythic Legion.
Collect together.
Well, he has mine anyway. Think about it.
That's fair. I'll give you 51%.
For any collector, and this is why you have a store. Machu Toys says self-control. That's not his vocabulary, and that's why you have a store, because of people like Machu Toys and us. It's more like shelf control. Nice one, Machu. Danny, do you have a burning question?
First off, thank you guys for coming on. I'm gonna start calling you guys my Theo and my Thea Chubzzy. Right. I think you guys pretty much answered a lot of the questions that I would have had. But what I will say is that being someone, including, some of the guys here, being the first time going into the store, like you can feel the positivity. I mean, it was already a positive day because we just met each other face to face. The event was great, and to end it in a way where we walk into a store and even before we even walk through those doors, we're already being greeted outside. Like that's like 5-star service right there. You don't even get that at a 5-star place sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a positive attitude that you guys have, and it's a beautiful thing to kind of see a marriage, doing things together, and you saying, you collect too, and it's just a beautiful thing that you guys share this together. And I love the origin story on how it was, it was something that was put in your spirit to do, and you were like, hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have a character. I want to bring something different. And that's what you're doing. You brought some, dude. You made me a fan. I'm not even in Jersey. I'm in Connecticut, and I'm like planning my next trip out there just to go back to the store. Because I'm telling you, the minute I walked in the store, I looked at these guys and I said, "Oh shit, I'm gonna spend all my money." But listen, I commend you guys. You guys were definitely down to earth. I'm a clown. I like to joke with people. Sometimes I don't know what people's reactions are going to be, but you guys were full throttle, 2 steps ahead of me. I'm like, oh yeah, I can joke with them all day. But yeah. So like I said, not really much of a question, just more of like an appreciation and a thank you for just being kind and awesome, because you're awesome. But like everything that you do is definitely going to have an impact on collectors such as ourselves and everybody that's walked through that door. Because even like I said, and it's crazy because I feel like the store is already calling me. You have the Grady twins on the window. I took a photo of myself with the Grady twins and didn't realize that in the back it said, "Come, Danny, come play with me." My name is Danny. And it says, "Come, Danny, come play with me." So the store was already fucking calling me. So, again, it's such an appreciation, and we're thankful. You definitely left an impact on all of us. You left an impact on my wallet, and I'm very I'm very, very grateful. And listen, I hope I get the opportunity, even if it's not buying something, which I doubt. I hope I have another opportunity to step foot in that store and greet you guys and just chop it up with you guys, because that you guys were just amazing to me and amazing to be around. Even for those few minutes, and couple of minutes we were with you guys in the store, it was just a great time. And thank you.
You guys are always welcome.
And I was
Thank
going
you.
back and forth with a toy card.
Yeah.
Josh, do you have any burning questions for Chubzzy and Mrs. Wubzzy?
Yeah, like see, I've met a lot of store owners, and you actually seem like you like action, like toys. Most of them are just in it. They kind of like something, but they're not truly like in it. So every time you get a shipment, I bet you that's a really happy day for you. It would be for me, You get to open up all that stuff,
Good question.
That would be cool.
It's rough and hard. But
Yeah.
what I did was I didn't want to go to third party. I went straight to the retailers. I was like I met a lot of good like Hasbro, Mythic, Super 7, NECA. I said I don't want to be that guy to go to the third party. Let me get it myself. And I'm gonna tell you though, a lot of them didn't even want to deal with me because I was a store, But me talking to them all, they gave me a chance, and you know what? I made it happen for them. They were so happy. They were like, "Yo, Chubb, you do your numbers, you're doing good," and I want to be that guy. I don't want to be a normal store. I want to have the good prices, all that, and make people happy.
Josh, I want to add to what you were asking there. When we do get shipments in, like my husband said, it is crazy because it is. That's the reality of it. You know what I mean? So it's fun because when we get these items in our hands, we're like, "Oh shoot, this is dope," And then my little one is a collector.
Yeah,
she's into horror. So whenever something I don't know how she does it. This girl notices. Yes, Danny. This girl notices things, and she's like, "Wait a minute, that came in. Oh, I gotta talk to Daddy. I want one." So
That's beautiful.
Really, it's fun. It's fun to see that, because it just brings a smile to your face. You're looking at something that you think is amazing, and then if it becomes something that's part of your collection, even better. You know what I mean? It's just awesome. Just awesome.
Now, is that really hard to jump on what Josh was saying? When you open it, I'm sure you're really excited, but then a part of you is like, "Man, I got to sell these things. I can't keep them."
The good thing about that, what I love is online, people sell a lot. Online, I love that. So people, I started doing the order online. If you're local, you got people picking up. Very different than anybody else. We hold your stuff there. You got your figure there. Yeah, but with the whole pandemic, the store, the shipping, all that, it was really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that everything came all at once. The prices went. The thing about the prices, it's crazy that I put stuff on pre-order. Now, I can't tell a customer, "Hey, they just told me give me $2 and went up." They did it 3 times. Now that's $8. I can't tell that to a customer. And I can't do that to you guys. I can't. So I had to eat a lot of that.
Oh.
The thing about that, I went directly with the thing about that. I love Stevie. I love Stevie. Stevie, my man.
Yeah.
You know about him? He was like, make sure Chuck Boy had to walk me around. I love that guy. I love that guy. He's a great man. All that, but besides that, the thing with that happened with that I put my pre-orders up now for the price. Now during the pandemic, it went up $3. I was okay. I'm not gonna charge the customer that. Then they sent me an email the next month, another $3. That's 6. Then another 3 again. I was like, damn, I just started the company. What am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I can't call you and say, yo, listen, guys, I'm not BBCS. Love them, don't hate them, but I'm a smoker. I'm trying. But
Yeah.
it's rough to the customer. Hey, $2, $3, and then I had to eat the numbers. It was rough. I had to eat it. I can't tell you guys that. I can't. I won't
Yeah.
do that. I'd rather eat it and make you happy. But the fact is that you guys know now, it was hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies went down for that.
Yeah.
It's rough. And I thought that's not fair, but that's what happens.
Now, did you adjust for that?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. But still, no matter what, I saw the price increase within a year is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That I'm buying cases of a lot of is ridiculous. But I won't tell you that, guys. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm a little company. You know what I mean?
The good thing is, guys, that I mean, we all see it. We continue to see it. Prices are going up. They continue to go up. Many things. It's not just toys. What we try to do though is, we're not, and I'm not knocking people for the hustle, but we're not trying to kill it. We're looking for that longevity with our customers. We want them to be happy. We want to, of course, survive. You know what I mean? Because this is our livelihood. But on the token, we're not going to break anyone's pockets. That's not our goal. Our goal is to make people happy, because when we see them happy, we're happy. And the fact that they recognize, they'll say, we understand, that prices are going up, but then they'll say to us, but you know what, you guys, like, you went up $1 or $2, but you're not trying to kill it. And we appreciate that they recognize that, because it is true. We're not trying to kill it. We have to, of course, continue to flow with the changes. But, at the same time, I think you can manage to do that and still keep your customers happy.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know what it's like to own a business. And I think what you do is keep the morality to it, right? Making sure that people are taken care of. And like you said, the longevity, that's not something that people put into their equation when they own a store. What they're really looking for is the profit. I mean, I guess in that longevity, there is the profit. However, you really do care about the customer, and we said that from before you even shared all this. That's what we felt when we walked in there. We only went in there. We were only in there once.
Well, let's push the Chubzzy Wubzzy store up past Big Bad.
Yeah,
Seriously.
We
I'm
don't
tired of Bad.
only call. I answer the phone.
Oh, and this dude, he answers the phone when we're closed.
Oh yeah, I'm close to Facebook. Sure. Why you picking up? You know why? I want to hear what they have to say. I'm close, but I will help you the best I can.
Yeah.
But right now, I can't call nobody. It's all email.
Yeah.
So I answer the phone all day. Anyway.
Oh, man.
That'd be awesome. It's an instant toy conversation. That's why he's answering the phone. It's like whoever's calling, they're gonna be like, "Hey, do you got some Mythic?" No, but do you want to talk about Mythic?
I gotta let you guys know too, though. This is how much he loves, toys and kids. There's been a few times that we're closed, and we'll still be at the store doing some things, taking care of stuff, and someone might knock. And he goes to the door, we're closed. And then, a parent with a kid, and they're like, we're so sorry, but he was really looking forward. He's like, come in. Just come in.
Gotta make the kid smile.
Yeah.
Gotta make
and
the
they're
kid
like,
smile.
dude, like,
I'll
no
turn
one
everything
do
back
that.
on. I'll open up just for you, just to make that kid happy.
Yeah.
Because the kid is our future.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win the Powerball and move you guys to Connecticut. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my plan. That's what I'm gonna do. And listen, I'm gonna, as long as you leave a couch in the middle of the thing, let me stay there. I don't need to call home. Let's go home. Let me just stay there.
Well, no, see, they can just franchise the Chubzzy Wubzzy. You can get one in Connecticut, you can get one in Colorado.
Yeah, dude, listen.
That's my goal. I would love to. I want to do that. I want to bring my character to everybody. Kids, grown adults, everybody. I want that character for everybody.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I got a new computer when I got back, and I put the Chubzzy. It's backwards, but I put the Chubzzy Wubzzy right on my new computer right there.
Nice.
You need Chubzzy Wubzzy socks. My socks are crazy.
Wait, you have socks?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I'm going on. They're on your website, right?
No, I don't have. I only save up. I had about 1,000 of them when I started the business, but I saved some for certain people. And all you guys right there got the socks.
It got a little rough, guys, during the pandemic. You know, we had a supplier, and yeah, it got rough. So we kind of like couldn't re-up on it.
Oh.
But you know, we still have some for our VIPs.
Oh, that's nice.
You guys gotta DM us your addresses, and we can get them all out to you.
You guys gotta get Chubby socks. See that?
Oh man,
Oh,
that's so
cool.
nice.
Walking into church with style now. You gotta lift your pants up now. Like, hey guys, how you doing?
It's gonna be part of my new con gear. Every con.
Oh man.
Feel good, guys.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. Look.
They're comfy.
That's what you got right there.
Again, anyone in the chat, if you guys have any questions for Mrs. Wubsy and Chubsy, let us know. Machu, still here, man. He's awesome. One time he held the store open past closing for me in J Shop because we were stuck in traffic to pick up an order. Really appreciated that.
That's our man.
Of course.
Love
Of course.
That's awesome. And I love hearing those type of stories. And we just love you. Like, we love you guys. I have to say, Chubsy, if you had a superpower, it would be the ability to be everywhere all at once. I remember we were at the Toy Con, and you were with Mr. Stevie, and you introduced yourself. I'm like, oh, you're Chubsy. All right, awesome. I've heard a lot about you. And you gave me a hug and you talked to me for a while. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Never really gave a thought. And then I saw you like circling around. And then we went to get lunch, and then we went to your store, and then all of a sudden you were at your store right outside. Like, hey, come on, guys! I'm like, whoa, where did this get? Like, wasn't he just at the con? And then on day 2, we went back to the con, and we come out, and you're just sitting there. I'm like, oh, Chubsy, what's up? You were everywhere all at once.
The first time at the Toy Con that I didn't bring no toys.
And let me say, it looks even better when he's got the costume on because he looks like he's flying.
I am jealous of that costume. Want to know how long did that take? First of all, to make.
To put on.
Well, the first one I started as a YouTube, how I started the company. It was very different than I did this one here. But the last Toy Con, when I walk around, it turns into a sports bra. So I don't know. I went up to a sports bar. I had a malfunction, had a quarter to help me.
Yes.
I thought of Janet Jackson.
Guys, he calls me. Corey, he calls me up. Babe, there's a wardrobe malfunction. I said, what? Wardrobe malfunction. I need you here. Bring pins. Bring whatever you have. So I'm flying over there because I still had to open up the store. So I'm sewing or whatever I can to fix him up.
That's what it is. After bandage, when you move around, it goes up. I know it though, but that's how it is. See, it goes up. See?
Yeah. Chubsy, you're one of the friendliest guys I ever met. You're also one of the bravest guys I ever met wearing that thing.
Yeah. You know what I love about that? I did it with the character. It's just seeing the kids smile.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a lot of toy stores out there. I love all that, you know what I'm saying? But I was saying to myself, I want to be different than everybody else. I want to do the toys, but what could I do? Toys R Us closed down. Yeah, Jeffrey, all that, but I want to have a character. So I came with this character. I involved my family, and it worked out so well, making people and kids smile. seeing my outfit, it's a beautiful thing.
And guys, I have to say,
No, let me go.
I'm
There you
his
go.
cheerleader.
There you go.
Rah.
No, you need to get your own emblem too, Mrs. Wubzzy.
Yes.
I'm-
We would work on something like that.
I'm taking notes here. I'm gonna be like, hey, honey, you want to get matching costumes?
It's fun.
It's amazing having the wife who got 20 years marriage and the love of the 20 years being together, building the empire together. It's a blessing having her and doing love that I don't have to be like hiding a toy or I'll spend my money. She loves that and it's great.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful, man.
that was the probably three of us this weekend when we got back from the trip, hiding our toys.
Chubzzy, funny story. So
Toy this is the first time I never bought toy. You know what I learned from that? I did the table, just did the promotion, but just interacting with everybody. It was the best. Hey, I know the guy from Country, Ricky, great guy, great friend. Being with Stevie, doing with
You had more time on your
so I was
hands
to
for
talk to
sure.
people and that it was great. Now I'm one of the only vendors that I'm a retail store. You know,
Yeah,
I had a lot of guys buy my stuff and resell it and store to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The hustle was insane, but I was like, I love it. I don't, you know what I mean? But I just like making people happy. You know? And I try to change it all the time. So I change it to no toys, bring people to the store, 10% off if you come for the toy con, whatever. But in the journey, I gotta make it different. Next year, I'm gonna do something very different. Yeah, a lot of people all the time the same shit all the time. Sparkle and the prices like out here, you guys. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That was the one thing about the Toy Con that I told No Chewing and Danny about in terms of I guess I was expecting deals, but there weren't any deals. Like everyone had inflated prices, so that was a little disappointing. But I mean, there were 3 vendors that I went to, and it was Mythic, the guys who created the Stardust, Fox Forge Toys, and then also Lone Wolf Labs. No Chung, you had a question?
no, I was just gonna connect onto the story about like Chubzy's like you don't have to worry about hiding the toy, sneaking it back in, and like that experience. And Toy Father and I like drove together, so we were driving back to Massachusetts, and he was dropping me off, and we're like, oh, okay. And the toys just kept coming out of the car like bags and bags because we went there twice, and apparently I have no self-control. I mean, he doesn't either, but I had more stuff. But the thing about it is like, all right, I'm just gonna lay in front of the garage. I'm probably gonna have like 2 minutes to like hide wherever I can. So it can be like one of those games. And like next thing I know, the garage door's opening, click, 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 click. And I see my family. I'm like, and I see Toy Father slowly backing away out of the driveway. I'm like,
I was like, I did see the missus look at Santi go.
I mean, it's an impressive haul. The haul I got should not fit in a normal trunk.
Oh yeah, I felt bad because I literally was driving away like, bye. I should have said hi, introduced myself, but I was a little uncomfortable.
He called them early later that night. He's like, "Hey, Santi, you alive?"
I said I was holding half of it for you.
Yeah.
It's not mine. I'm holding it for a friend. You don't understand. I'm not even into toys.
I would have taken the fall for you. I would have. All right. Well, we like to do a rapid fire kind of question. I'll give you 15 seconds to answer 4 questions. Okay. Both of you can answer. Like I want to hear both of your answers. So maybe we'll say 20 seconds. Okay.
I'm not the Little Mermaid. The question.
All right, here we go. These are easy questions. They're not hard. They're just a little fun. All right, favorite toy line?
Transformers.
Transformers, really? I thought you were going to say Mythic. Okay.
Oh, So when I was a
Childhood.
child, Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers, awesome. How about you, Miss Wubsy?
Oh, well, I mean, you guys know I was never a collector, but I mean, I have several favorites, but the one that pops up in my head the most was Strawberry Shortcake.
All
Loved,
right.
Ooh.
loved her. Had her doll. She smelled like strawberry. She slept with me every night. Every night.
That's awesome. All right. Favorite toy?
That was it.
Ooh, Star Wars. Darth Vader.
Which one?
Third one. The first one, Star Wars 1979.
Like, no, toy. Like your favorite toy, single toy.
Darth Vader from Kenner. The
Oh,
Vince-
Darth Vader.
yeah,
Oh, Darth Vader.
Love,
Nice.
love that guy. I'm about to name my daughter Anakin Skywalker, so I'm glad she gave me. She was. Her name would be Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, no, true story.
Oh man.
It
That's
would
awesome.
work, Annie. Annie would totally work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Wubsy, favorite toy?
Answered that with the first one because I didn't really know the line. I didn't know who made the Strawberry Shortcake.
Okay.
Strawberry Shortcake has got to be.
All right. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Here we go. Saltwater or freshwater?
To bathe in? Or would
What do you prefer?
elaborate a little bit?
When I construct this question, it's more to what do you prefer, like, when you're swimming in it?
Oh,
I'll throw myself in the salt back.
Salt,
Ocean.
fresh.
ocean, fresh. Yes, fresh.
We're total opposites.
I'll do it in my house.
You pour salt water in your bathtub.
Yeah, yeah.
Stirring it.
No need to stir.
Good
All
luck.
right. Last rapid fire question. Superpower.
I'm a dancer. I'm a dancer. When I dance, everybody freezes. They can't believe how Chubzzy Wubzzy doing that company.
I bet when you're dancing in that costume, everyone definitely freezes.
Sports bra. So about that, I'm a dancer. So when I dance, all the kids freeze. And I go around to order, doing my
That's the best superpower.
I'm gonna do a backflip before I'm working.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The costume. The only problem that I gave, I'm denying. But I want to do it. The only problem is that my cape, I think when I flip, I might take all the toys down.
Yeah, that's true. Because of the cape. Mrs. Wubsy?
I've suggested that he wait until we get a bigger store where the aisles are wider, and then he could he could do it and maybe not have any damage.
I was just gonna say Chris, the next time we go there, let's get Chubzzy drunk so he can do a backflip. Let's just do it.
No, that's
a backflip.
Bad influence.
That's what happened. That happened before. I was in a bar a couple years ago, and these guys were like, "Yo," they looked at me, "Yo, I'm big." They were like, "Yo, you ain't doing no backflip. Give me $500." I say, "Dude, you don't know me that. I'll do it." I did the backflip. I made it. Grab the money. The next day, I had to go to the doctor. My Achilles almost popped.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because all this love. And then, you know what the doctor told me? Yo, listen, I'm sexy. Good, sir. Oh, you were sexy before, but look, all that weight is not good. I said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I didn't do it again. But yeah, I'm in denial.
Yeah, he's in denial.
I love it.
Mrs. Wubsy, what about you? Superpower.
Oh, that's a good one. You guys ready for my answer?
Yeah.
Immortality.
Ooh.
Get rid of Mr. Chubzzy. Too strong.
I love it. Well, you guys are awesome. Do you guys have any more questions? So we want to talk about kind of like the con and everything like that, but we usually have a hard stop at 10, so that's okay. because, and I'll let everyone know now, we're not going to have a show next week. What I'm going to do is we're going to take that week off. We might have a live or something. We're not sure. We haven't talked about that. But it's Mrs. Toy Father's birthday, so I'm going to be hanging out with her and the family. But everyone else, I'm going to be cutting a special video of all the lives that we did, all the interviews that we did of the New Jersey Toy Con, so that we can, and I'll post that next Monday so that you can check out some of our experiences. I'll probably do kind of a live or a recording of my haul and show everyone what I got, because if I were to start now, we'd probably go to bed at like 12 o'clock in terms of everything that I need to show you.
This is the first time thank you.
This was awesome.
No, this is so much fun, and that's the whole point of Toy Talk. Really, like when we started the show, it was all about talking about toy photography, because all of us are toy photographers. But we've decided that in this span of things of Toy Talk, we want to talk all things toys. We want to talk about the interesting people that we've met at ToyCon in our lives, because it's the toys that bring all types of people together, whether you're a toy photographer or a toy store owner, or just an inbox collector. You know, all of us, it's this hunk of plastic that brings us together. And it's about toy community.
I want to, I don't like opening the toy, but they said I should open them all up and put it there. I don't want to open it. I don't want to dust everything. What do you guys think?
To each his own.
Yeah. It's just
Do what you do.
But they will look better if I put them all together and do a whole region, right? Yeah, like,
Just get a makeup brush. It makes it easy for dusting.
I'm a person. I don't like to open it up, but then everybody say, "Yo, what you have? Open them up, put them in war."
I say do what you want. When I first started, I started as an inbox collector until I tried the YouTube thing, and when that failed miserably, I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna open my toys now. I'm just gonna open them all. Hey, it'll come to you. One day it'll come to you. And the day it does, open one and see what it is. It might be for you, it might be not. So I mean, for me, I just stuck because I started doing the photography. But to each, like Josh said, to each their own.
Midnight Star says I unbox everything.
Yeah. I used to be an all inbox collector, and then photography, you gotta unbox it. The box itself doesn't photograph terribly well. But, you know, Chubzzy, just buy two of some of them and see how you feel.
I knew you were going to say that. Is that that's the hot toy. That's the best hot toy. Mando. Yeah, no, I would say this, like, I think, with exception of Cox38, who likes to open his figures and whatnot, from the beginning, like the three of us, Toy Father, No Chewing, Toy Addict, we were all inbox collectors. I was an inbox collector just like you for 20 years, pretty much. And then the pandemic came, and I started to see these photographs of people taking action shots of their toys. So that's when I decided, you know what? I need to open these up. And for me, opening them up, taking a picture, playing with it, reviewing them, telling about the articulation, telling about the sculpt, for me, brings me back to my childhood of being able to play with them. So that's how I play with them. I get to pose them in a way that makes me nostalgic for the figure, or have something funny to say, or have something serious to say. I don't know, with my photography. And I think all of us have something artistic that we love to bring to it. And it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But I would say for you, when you say you want to open them, I'm like, I might be the only one that says don't do it, but
nice.
Yes, awesome. And hey, that's a great segue. Why don't we talk about some of the purchases that we had at Chubzy's? Because Josh, I didn't share this with you. We'll get to Toy Addicts.
With me, you asshole.
I know. I'll go to a single. I got the
one shot.
I got the John Wick Mezco at Chubzy's.
Oh, nice.
And I would have to say that I was so happy. I had asked Chubzzy, hey, do you have any Mezcos here? And he said, I don't get many. They go pretty fast, and people don't necessarily bring them in. And I only thought he had one that Josh actually just bought when I was looking around, but then I saw that he had a Wonder Woman. And I looked at the Wonder Woman, and then I looked down and I saw John Wick. I was like, that's not a Mezco, is it? And it was. And so I had to have it. So I got it, and I appreciate you, Chubzzy, because you did a great thing for me, and I can't wait to like open this up, play with it. I already checked him out. The head sculpt's incredible on this one, and I can't wait. But Danny, Danny, let me just like paint this picture. Like you had wanted this figure for a very long time, and you'd always talked about it. This is your favorite superhero movie, and this is a guy that likes horror. That he only shoots horror pictures with Michael Myers, Jason, all of that, and we were all in the store, and Yimbo goes, Danny. And Danny was like all the way on the other side where all of the horror was, and you were just staring at the horror like, oh, look at that. I have this one. I have 5 of those. I have 6 of those. I have one of those. And I was like, well, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to buy another one of those? And Yimbo's like, Danny. And I'm like sitting focal point. Like I see Danny here and I see Yimbo here. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, Danny, get over there. Danny. And Danny gets over there, and my God, you should have seen his face. And what was it, Danny?
Well, it was, and it's funny because Josh was helping me try to find it. Somebody offered it to me, and I kind of denied it because it was like, oh, I don't want to pay shipping or anything like that. And I had this thing I was trying to get rid of for months. I was trying to get rid of it, and like it was. So let me just get to the point. It was this. And when I tell you that when Yimbo showed it to me, that 5-year-old that used to wear the Velcro cape and used to wear his PJs came out, like you said, you're for the kids. I turned into that kid that day when I saw it. And it was like, man, when I saw it, it was just like, I saw it. Like I was telling the guys, it's like Yimbo was holding the Mona Lisa or something like. But it couldn't have ended in such a great way because again, it was a grail of mine. I've been looking for this thing for a year. I missed out on it. I've seen people offered it, but like you always want it, but at the times you're like either you can't do it. And at the time when I remember Josh had sent somebody that offered something to me at the time, I was still set because this is my 4th convention I've been to. I like the weekend before I just got back from 4 days from being at New York Comic Con. So this is like my 4th convention. So I've been trying to keep like the money that I had because I didn't know what I was going to see. And I think it worked out so well because again, I had this thing that I was trying to get rid of. And I walked around the whole Toy Con asking people, and I'm like, listen, I could trade, but there was nothing would pop out. And I was like, I'm going to just put it back in my car. I was even dragging it. I was so mad. I was dragging it. I was like, I'm putting it in the car.
Aww.
And then
look at
the store, and I was going to the store, and I see these NECAs, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to spend all my money here. So then Yimbo shows it to me, and it was like, man, it's like that feeling where, when your wife gives birth to your first kid, and then they show you your kid, and you're like...
Wow.
That's true. I'm sorry. That's too dramatic. I'm sorry.
But it's an honest feeling he has.
It is. Honestly, like my favorite I love horror, but my favorite superhero to this day is Superman. I grew up with the Christopher Reeve movie, so that movie is like my favorite movie of all time. It's near dear to my heart. I could watch that movie a billion times. I don't care how good the CG is now. That movie is still great to me. So, like, I've always wanted the hot toy, but then when Mezco released that one, it was like, damn, I can't get the hot toy, but I can get this one. Missed out on it. I even had it on the wish list to get it. And I'm telling you, like, it was crazy because it was offered to me so many times, and there's so many times I could have got it, but I chose not to. And it was funny that I waited a whole year for it to get there. And when I got there, like, again, just the personality and you guys just being so welcoming. I'm telling you, you made a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old kid very happy because that's exactly who I turned into the minute I saw that. And I was like, it was like one of the greatest. I'm telling you, like even everybody, it was surprising because I felt like I was getting hugged, like I was in church or something. Everybody's hugging me. It's like, it's all right, Dan, you did it, Dan. I'm like, oh my God, it was I can't wait. Listen, the minute I pull them out and take photos, I am going to tag you in all of them because I'm going to send them to you because you're going to see how much fun I'm going to have with it. Again, it was such a good way to end an awesome day because it was an awesome day. So I thank you. Thank you so much.
You're more than
See,
welcome.
that's why we do what we do.
Yeah. So definitely made me happy.
Um,
That is awesome.
well, we really appreciate just you and the community. I'm putting your website I'll put it in the write up, but also put it up in the chat if any of you want to check it out. Chubzywubzzy.com. Really support Chubzzy Wubzzy. Check him out. He really does have fair prices, and you know what? He just cares. He really does care, and that's all you really ask in terms of just a person that provides toys to to collectors that don't have self-control like us. And I will say,
why won't it let me get more than one Cobra infantry?
Ooh, how many we got left?
We might be low on stock on that.
Okay. Dang
Yeah.
it.
We don't limit on it. So it's gonna be like the last one. Sorry.
I keep hitting plus, and it's like no.
His phone is.
Okay, well it's mine. So.
Early, I love that. You know what I mean? But the thing about with that is that anybody like Target, Walmart, Amazon now, and it's just by the time I get it, if they back get it, they go to other toy companies. It's already on clearance.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Steve. I was just Steve, what's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? All these exclusive, all that. By the time Canada gets it before us, then California gets it, Target, they go like that. And by the time we get it, it's not fair for all the toy companies. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, PayPal, even everybody else. By the time we get it, it's already on clearance. And that's rough. Right? And I'm responsible, but I'm saying that's rough. And then you see it, and you're like, oh, $7, I just got it today. And it's hard though, but we keep it moving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. One cut at the butt at a time.
Is there anything that you got? Anything else that you guys want to plug? You guys are on Instagram, and I believe it's. Let me just pull it up for 1 sec. What is your Instagram handle? It's
Chubzzy Wubzzy.
Chubzzy Wubzzy _toys. Check him out. Give him a follow. Also check out chubzywubzzy.com to get for all your toy needs. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for bringing the energy. Thank you for dressing up. And thank you for just welcoming us in our short stay. Hold on. One shot. Hold on. Here we go. I want everyone to enjoy this.
Awesome.
With the power.
Yeah.
When he dances, the children freeze.
God.
That's awesome.
Quick question. We, as a community, in our toy community, we have international toy photographers. So Smurfs in Action, I believe she's in Turkey. Do you have international shipping available?
Not yet, guys. International shipping, unfortunately, is quite expensive. Until we can provide, a fee to the customers that is reasonable. It's something that we're working on. It's a work in progress. It's easier said than done at this point right now. But we are considering it and working on it. So hopefully soon.
It sucks too because like I try when I'm selling stuff, I'll get people from Canada or Australia and they really want it. I'm like, dude, by the time you pay for the shipping and everything, it's not worth that. So
believe it or not, we do have it. We're not, we're not global, but we are open to shipping in Canada, Mexico. I think I forget. Yeah. So I think so. Yeah. So we have had people purchase things, and quite honestly, like when we look at it, we're like, oh my gosh, like they paid more for shipping than they did for the figure. But if you're looking for it, and here's where you find it, I'm pretty sure anybody would do that if that's what you really wanted to do, but we feel bad because it's like we wish we could offer a better rate, but we're not at that point just yet. So
Yeah, Smurfs in Action is in Turkey, and I think she said many times that they charge a luxury tax, which I believe is 20%.
yeah,
On top of the increased shipping, on top of the figure, so she is paying at least double and a half
yeah,
for her figure.
yeah.
But what about Canada? That's what Midnight.
Yeah, Canada we are open to again, but it's unfortunately it's not cheap. We try to keep it as reasonable as possible, but it's really not. It's not.
Yeah, she pays more shipping than I pay for toys. Yeah, but she says it's worth it.
It's,
Yeah,
it's like that. It really is.
And then if you get it for cheap, they don't pack right.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Or in the box. And
Yeah.
that's more expensive. Like we put our logo around the box. I try to make everybody happy and pack it nice and tight. But the bubble it's rough though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just throw mine in a bubble mailer. I don't even care.
And I'll bring it to you personally.
In his outfit.
And my outfit. Who wants a Chubzzy Wubzzy toy? I'll bring it to you.
Colorado, you said, right? Yeah.
And my ski. That's my ski.
Yes, that's all you do in Colorado. You
Right.
Oh my snoop.
Oh man, you guys are great. I loved having you guys on. We're definitely gonna keep you. We'll definitely invite you guys back on when you have like a big shipment or something, and we'll talk about that too. I think that would be fun. We'll keep in touch. Stay on after the show. This still stays on. I just wanted to talk to you for a little bit, but stay on. Hang on. Don't hang up on us. So for everyone, check out chubzywubzzy.com. Thank you to Mrs. Wubzzy. Thank you to Chubzzy. Both of you are, first of all, beautiful people that run an amazing store, and you deserve all the love of all of us in terms of because of all the love that you give everyone else. Check out Toy.Talk for you on Instagram. Check out Toy Father. Check out Cox Create. Check out No Chewing. Check out Toy Addict. Check out Chubzzy Wubzzy _toys. Check us all out. And all we ask, just hit that subscribe button on that YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe. We're not asking for money. We're not asking you to ship toys to us. We're asking just to do one click, and that's all you have to do. Click to subscribe. That's it. And we would be very grateful because you know what? We do it for you. Thank you for everyone in the chat today. You guys were awesome. We loved having you on, asking the questions, but also just being with us. We felt your energy. And we have Tusktober. Wednesday is Claws. Then Friday is Teeth. Did I get that right?
Yep. You got it.
We have Hollow Screams. Did I get that right?
On Sunday. 7 p.m. Sunday live.
And what was your Wednesday hashtag?
It's Toy Addict. It's Addict _Black and Wednesday. So a black and white shot every Wednesday for the month of October.
Nice.
I thought it was TA.
And
TA.
so you don't even know. You don't even know.
Just go to Toy Addict's bio.
How can you think holding this? How can you think? You can't think.
We knew you were coming.
You did.
RoboCop. Yeah.
So once
again, guys.
Yes, I got that too. Once again, next week we won't have a live show, but we will be posting something, and I'll be cutting together pretty much everything that we filmed for our New Jersey Comic-Con. So hopefully you'll get to enjoy it and be with us when you watch it. Also, we are still deciding what we're doing for Halloween, but we'll get back to whether or not it's a live show or not. We're not sure, but I know few of us will be out trick-or-treating with our kids. So
listen, whatever I can do for you guys, once again, I love supporting the community. I love helping out. Whatever you need, you let me know. We love doing stuff, giving out stuff. know what I'm saying, doing giveaways
Toys for
and all that
Tots,
stuff.
all
Toys
that
for
stuff,
Tots,
yeah.
we do all that, and even the giveaway for you guys.
Oh, let's do it.
Wow.
Well, let's,
Awesome.
yeah, that's awesome. Let's talk. Well,
I'll
Thank
grab
you.
a toy, and we do it for you guys, to do it for other people. I'll put something out there for you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
It'll
Hey,
be nice. It'll be something nice.
that's so nice of you. And honestly,
Yeah.
like just for you coming on, that's all we wanted. But hey, we'll definitely want to continue this relationship and join the Chubzzy Wubzzy family. So everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for the show. Chubzzy Wubzzy, Mrs. Wubzzy, Toy Addict, No Chewing, Cox Create. Thank you guys, and please stay on. And you all take it easy. We'll see you all in a few weeks.
have a great night, everybody.